CBS News on the Hour, sponsored by Dell Small Business.
I'm Deborah Rodriguez in New York. Today's the first day parents can take their babies and toddlers to the pediatrician's office to get COVID shots. This dad is going for it.
We could alternate ibuprofen and Tylenol, but outside of that, there's really not much else you can give under a 2-year-old. And it was just kind of a little heartbreaking that you can't really do much more for him.
What he says to others who are skeptical.
People worry about the effects of the vaccine, but we don't know the effects of the virus 20 years from now.
The CDC cleared the way for shots for the under 5 set over the weekend. Americans can tune in later today when Congress' January 6th committee holds its 4th public hearing. This one will feature testimony from state and local elections officials. Correspondent Natalie Ruckham.
The hearing will examine an alleged scheme to get electors in key battleground states to meet and transmit false slates to be used to stop the transfer of power.
You can catch the hearing live on CBS News beginning at 1 p.m. Eastern. Last night in Texas.
The investigative committee on the Robb Elementary shooting will now come to order.
Lawmakers in the State House of Representatives held an emotional meeting with the local school board on last month's shooting massacre that left 19 students and 2 teachers dead. Several family members made pleas to fire the school district's police chief. No action taken. A local paper posted a photo showing officers outside classrooms where the gunman opened fire. The timestamp showed it was taken almost an hour before they stopped him. Gas prices are down about a penny a gallon from yesterday, but AAA says the average is still a whopping $4.96 a gallon. President Biden says he's considering an 18-cent a gallon gas tax holiday. Massachusetts drivers already pay a 24-cent a gallon tax on top of that.
I mean, it's only a matter of time before these truckers, they just can't afford to do what they're doing.
The president says he'll make a decision by the weekend. Congress would have to approve. Summer officially began almost 2 hours ago, and it's already hotter than July in some parts of the country. CBS meteorologist David Parkinson.
We're going to be seeing the century mark in both St. Louis and Nashville. We'll probably be just shy of it in Chicago. And then even as far north as Detroit, we're probably at 97 degrees. The Upper Peninsula of Michigan, probably 93 or 94 degrees.
A Japanese court has upheld a ban on same-sex marriages. Lucy Kraft is in Tokyo.
This decision comes despite an earlier court ruling favoring same-gender unions. Recent surveys have found most Japanese now support same-sex marriage, and hundreds of localities offer partnership certificates to LGBTQ couples.
This is CBS News.
To do more with a Latitude laptop and provide innovators with the tools to succeed, Dell Technologies recommends Windows 11 Pro for business. For advice and expertise, call 877-ASK-DELL.
At Boost Mobile, you get the power of the iPhone SE when you switch, which means the power to stream your favorite shows, download all the music, the power to FaceTime your ex.
It's over. Stop calling me.
On second thought, don't call your ex. Get an iPhone SE for just $19.99 when you switch. All on one of America's largest 5G networks. More power to save. Boost Mobile. Phone offer limited to new customers and 1 per line. Additional restrictions apply. 5G not available everywhere. See boostmobile.com for details. And stop calling your ex. She doesn't want to hear from you anymore.
Welcome to the Everyday Hotel. You'll be on the 2nd floor and your other room will be on the 14th.
Wait, we asked for connecting rooms? These are 12 floors apart.
We tried, ma'am, but technically they're only 11 floors apart. We don't have a 13th floor.
We can't be 11 floors away from our kids.
I don't see a problem.
Stuart!
When you want separate rooms, but not that separate, it matters where you stay. Only Hilton offers confirmed connecting rooms at the time of booking. Hilton, for the stay.
A prized possession sets a record.
A Nobel Prize hits the auction block.
Done! Over $100 million!
And the Nobel Peace Prize that Russian journalist Dmitry Muratov was auctioning off to raise money for Ukrainian child refugees has shattered a record at $103.5 million. Muratov, who was awarded the gold medal in October 2021, helped found an independent Russian newspaper and was the publication's editor-in-chief when it shut down in March amid the Kremlin's clampdown on journalists in the wake of Russia's invasion of Ukraine. Jennifer Kuiper, CBS News.
Dave Chappelle surprised the packed house at the Duke Ellington School of the Arts in Washington, D.C. last night when he announced the student theater would not bear his name as planned. He explained he turned them down after students blasted him when he visited in November over his controversial Netflix special. He says the criticism hurt. The closer sparked outrage over his remarks about trans people. Deborah Rodriguez, CBS News.
Oil investments involve a high degree of risk and actual results may vary. Oil keeps going up, supply wavers, and global demand is growing. Get in on the next major oil boom now and help the U.S. with your patriotic investment that could potentially pay you monthly income of up to 20 or more years. That's the sound of a producing oil well and the sound of a smart investment. If you're an SEC-accredited investor, you can take advantage of Encore Energy's projects. The U.S. government needs your investment in oil, and you're allowed to write off nearly 100% of your investment in the first year. Goldman Sachs is projecting oil to reach well above $100 a barrel. Call 1-800-278-7455. Encore Energy is a very active oil and gas operator in its core eastern area of operations. If you are an accredited investor, call now and learn how to deduct 100% of your investment against all forms of income and create 20 or more years of potential monthly income. Call 1-800-278-7455. You'll be calling directly to the home office of Encore Energy. That's 1-800-278-7455.
Get glowing for your wedding day and have picture-perfect skin with the help of the experts at R Plus Med Spa. They prioritize a tailored approach, starting with a complimentary bridal consultation to share any skin concerns you have as you prepare for your big day. This is also perfect for the mother of the bride, the groom, and your bridal party. R Plus Med Spa, 210 Shane Drive in Glasgow. Call 270-651-4SPA and schedule your complimentary bridal consultation today.
Have you heard about the new online home for the Glasgow EPB? Well, it isn't just a new-looking website. It's a whole new way to manage your Glasgow EPB services. At the all-new GlasgowEPB.com, you can take care of paying your bill online like always, but you can also request or transfer your Glasgow EPB services, access customer support guides, easily sign up for GEPB alerts, and learn about all available products and programs. So check it out today, GlasgowEPB.com.
You know you can depend on WCLU for local news on the air, online, on demand at WCLUradio.com.
Good morning, everybody. Here we are Tuesday morning. It is 7 minutes past the hour. James Coates with you this early morning hour. Welcome into Good Morning Live here at WCLU. And also the Big Willie, 94.1, 102.3. Good morning to you folks as well. Weather forecast coming up. Looks like we're in for an extremely hot day today. Really all this week, but we'll get you updated here. First things first, birthdays and anniversaries for this 21st day of June. Here we are. Elizabeth Humphrey is on the birthday list today. Colleen Pointer, happy birthday to you. Judy Risley. Roland Bacon on the birthday list, as well as Mark Davis. Connie Marsh. Bobby Duff, happy birthday, Bobby Duff. Also, Gracie Delk is 21 today. Nicholas Aaron, Amy Finn Ray, happy birthday to you. And Mike Downs. Now, that's all the birthdays we have so far today. Anniversaries, we have Molly and Wesley Wilson celebrating. And here in a few minutes, maybe 6:30-ish or so, I'll be revealing today's Good as Gold person. But if you have a birthday or an anniversary today or in the near future, call us up today, 651-9149. Or 800-956-1023. Another great way, of course, the website, WCLUradio.com or RadioSoki.com. You can nominate Good as folks right there as well at WCLUradio.com. But that's a great way, you know. Maybe you have a favorite person in your life, a spouse, a papa, mama, pastor, somebody outstanding in your life. You can nominate them to be Good as Gold right there at WCLUradio.com. All right, it's 6:09 on this Tuesday morning, and that weather forecast. Hot weather today in the Glasgow area. All sunshine will top out at 94 today. Tonight, clear down to 70. Sunny and hot tomorrow, Wednesday, will hit 95. Heat index values tomorrow around 100. Partly cloudy down to 70 Wednesday night. Thursday, hot again, sunny, up to 89. Clear and 65 Thursday night. Friday will end the work week with a sunny day. Hot again, high of 92. Again, today's sunny and hot will reach 94 this afternoon. And that's a look at your Glasgow area weather on this Tuesday. Have a great day. Well, I think yesterday we were calling for a high today of around 99 and 101 tomorrow, but they have actually lowered that a little bit. With a high today in the low to mid 90s, so it's still going to be hot today. Humidity right now 90%, pressure 30.19, no winds, no precipitation. We do have about a 10-mile visibility, so all looks good outside. Sunset tonight 8:06 p.m. And right now we're at 59 degrees, just a little touch of cool in the air, but that's not going to last long. It's 6:10. Coming up, we'll have some local news for you. Also, local obituaries here in just a few minutes. And a little later on in the hour, we'll have our archives with Sam Terry. So a lot of things to cover. Stay with us here. Good Morning Live, WCLU, and the Big Willie.
Being a small business owner has changed a great deal in recent days. Whatever stage of small business you're in, you need an experienced financial partner to work for you. Derek Staples at U.S. Bank is a small business specialist that you can count on to help you with creative ways to deal with the challenges you may have. U.S. Bank is in a great position to meet those needs. Talk to Derek Staples today at 270-659-3271 and take the next step in managing your business. Member FDIC.
Healthcare changes all the time, but at Hatchet Home Medical, we're a consistent friend to help you navigate the road to good health. We are your headquarters for all types of equipment and supplies to let you recuperate at home, and we keep up with all the changes. So let us file the paperwork for insurance reimbursement. Hatchet Home Medical's huge showroom and warehouse on Park Avenue in Glasgow lets us stock what you need, and our trained technicians are courteous and helpful when setting up and instructing you or your caretakers. We feature a 24-hour on-call phone number to help in emergencies. And remember, all healthcare professionals, Hatchet's Home Medical has the area's largest selection of nurses' uniforms and supplies, featuring the best of name brands. Whether you need a wheelchair, walker, hospital bed, or other assistive device, the name to remember is Hatchet Home Medical in the Park Avenue Shopping Center in Glasgow. Phone 651-9551.
Where do you get your local news? For over 30 years, WCLU has been a Glasgow area news leader. WCLU brings you local news 7 days a week at 6, 7, and 8 every morning, and at 12 noon and 5 p.m. And WCLUradio.com is loaded with area news, obituaries, and the community events information you need. We've seen our online audience skyrocket. Join your neighbors for the daily news here at WCLU and online at WCLUradio.com.
Good morning. It's Tuesday, June 21st, 2022, 6:12 and 59 degrees. And what's the significance of this day? Well, it's the first day of summer today, officially, even though temperatures have certainly felt like it for now more than a week. And we are certainly going to continue in that direction today. We're looking at highs even warmer than yesterday. Of course, we got up to about that 90-degree mark or so yesterday. Today, what are we looking at? Well, a 94-degree high. And by tomorrow, it's going to be 95 degrees. So still warm for the whole week. But the good news is, looks like that weekend forecast, at least for Friday, is going to be a little bit cooler than projected. But Saturday, a scorcher once again. Well, speaking of that, several hydration stations will be positioned at various TJ Regional Health facilities this week due to those forecasted temperatures. The stations will be positioned at TJ Sampson Community Hospital's South Entrance and Emergency Department. They'll also be at TJ Health Columbia and the TJ Health Pavilion. The stations will be available at noon, according to a press release. And of course, when that was sent out yesterday morning, they had not placed those out. So it's a bit unclear if they're going to have those there for the whole day or if they're going to have those each day beginning at noon. Now, coolers with free and iced bottled water, they'll be available there at those locations we just read. Temperatures were forecasted to reach 90 degrees, of course, yesterday. And yesterday they were projecting 101 degrees by Wednesday. But as we just heard, again, it's tapered off just a little bit and doesn't look like it'll be quite as warm. A Barron County man has pleaded guilty to charges in connection to the 2020 death of his daughter, which resulted from a vehicle crash along Coral Hill Road. 34-year-old Christopher McCoy of Glasgow was charged in connection to the death of 10-year-old Addison McCoy on May 9, 2020. He allegedly had methamphetamine in his blood at the time of the crash, according to police records. McCoy appeared in Barron Circuit Court June 10th and pleaded guilty to 2 charges. One was amended amended by the prosecutor. McCoy's second-degree manslaughter charge was amended to reckless homicide, which is a Class D felony. He pleaded guilty to reckless homicide and operating a motor vehicle while under the influence of a controlled substance, which impairs one's driving ability. Second offense. It's a Class B misdemeanor. Now, the prosecution in this case is recommending a 5-year total sentence, $1,500 fine, and court costs, $425 DUI service fee, 1 year of alcohol and substance abuse counseling, and license suspension for a minimum of 1 year. Prosecutors noted their opposition to probation or shock probation, which is just a shorter version of probation used to expose offenders to incarceration, but allows them to serve their sentence outside of a jail or prison. Final sentencing is slated in Barron Circuit Court for Monday, July 18th at 1 p.m. That's inside the courtroom of the Barron Circuit Court, and a pre-sentence investigation is underway at this time until that sentencing date happens. Again, that's scheduled there, happening in July. Well, in other news, the Glasgow Police Department says they've made several arrests over the last few days. The most recent one, the Glasgow Police Department responded to Ivy Street Sunday in reference to a stolen vehicle complaint. After receiving that complaint, officers received a complaint of another stolen vehicle in the county, and an officer was able to locate that car. They say that the officer was able to conduct a traffic stop after a short vehicle pursuit and made contact with Melinda Abner. The officer conducted field sobriety tests where he determined that Abner was under the influence of drugs. Officers located a large amount of methamphetamine on that person. Now, both of those stolen vehicles were recovered and returned to the owners. Abner of Bowling Green, she was arrested and charged with several traffic violations and drug charges as well, including possession of drug paraphernalia, trafficking in a controlled substance, and possession of marijuana. That arrest being made there by Sergeant Wesley Hicks. And in other police news around the area, the Glasgow Police Department says they also made an arrest Saturday on Rainbow Drive, and that was in reference to an alleged assault. Officer Julie Robinson made contact with the victim there and confirmed that a physical altercation had taken place, and the suspect, identified as Matthew Stahl, had left the scene. Officers located Stahl at his residence, where he was taken into custody. Stahl was arrested. He's charged with fourth-degree assault, first-degree criminal mischief, and first-degree attempted assault. That arrest was made there by Officer Julie Robinson, assisted by Sergeant Wesley Hicks and Officer John Warnock. Well, what about June Dairy Month? Have you heard about that going on? Not only is milk the actual beverage of the state of Kentucky, it's something to be proud of here in Barron County. Searching in the beaming evening sun, Aubrey Matthews finally found her way to a cup of chilled chocolate milk Monday as locals gathered to observe June Dairy Month. 2-year-old Matthews accepted the milk from Doug Jones, a co-owner and operator of Barron County's Legacy Dairy. The toddler was in attendance with her mother, Emily, both of whom hail from the home of the dairy, Highsville. Now, the Joneses have an extensive tradition of dairy farming in their family, and after selling their milk to a cooperative for several years, they began bottling and selling it to retailers in March 2020. And according to Janelle Jones, who is also the co-owner and operator of Legacy Dairy, the dairy has really taken off into something they couldn't have imagined.
We've just been amazed with the phenomenal support of the community for our dairy, and we just love being able to give back to our community.
Local agriculture proponents and community members gathered at the steps of the Barron County Courthouse last night. Most attendees were walking upright, but there was one guest on all fours, Becca. The 5-year-old Jersey cow stood within the confines of a mobile dairy classroom, which is operated by Southland Dairy Farmers. She spends most days traveling across the state to help further educate youth and communities about the nutritional value of homegrown milk. Her instructor and caretaker, Haley Fisher, with Southland's mobile dairy classroom, says it's something that kids always enjoy when they go around to learn about that.
And our kids love it, so this gives them a first-hand look at what our dairy farmers do day in and day out with the live cow on site. We do that process for them, and they love it. They love being able to see where their food comes from.
Cow-shaped gimmicks, fresh milk, and a proclamation were among the aspects of the celebration yesterday evening to honor June Dairy Month. County government issued a proclamation to bring attention to the importance of dairy to local lives. Barron County Judge Executive Michael Hell said opportunities to educate and expose the community to local agriculture and dairy farming is a step toward keeping Barron County's legacy as one of the state's top milk producers. It is the official drink of Kentucky, after all.
As county government, we're here to support our dairy industry in Barron County any way we can.
Time is 6:19, 59 degrees, and might we add, we are actually 2 seconds away and officially 6:20 now. It's Tuesday, June 21st. You're listening to WCLU.
James Coates here. Join me Monday through Friday mornings at about 8:30 for the Houchins Lucky Name program, followed by 15 minutes of Southern gospel music. We call it Southern Gold. We play the oldies for you, the old classics, hymns of the church, and some new Southern gospel artists as well. And a little bit of bluegrass gospel too. Monday through Friday, immediately following the Houchins Lucky Name program, right here on WCLU, 1490 AM and 103.1 FM.
Everyone needs hope in their lives, especially the thousands of men, women, and children waiting for life-saving organ transplants. You and everyone can join the Organ Donor Registry at donatelifeky.org, or the next time you renew your driver's license, have the donor heart symbol imprinted on your license. Newborns to those who've been on the waiting list for years are counting on your gift of hope. Please give the gift of hope at donatelifeky.org.
Brought to you by your Barron Circuit Clerk, Chrissy Cofields.
Welcome back into WCLU News. It's Tuesday, June 21st, the first day of summer, 6:21, 59 degrees. You know, it is the longest day of the year today. And, of course, after this point, to many people's unfortunate demise here, we are going to be going in the other direction as far as time goes. We'll be ticking a little bit shorter each day as we shave off the day until we get to the fall, of course, as everyone knows, where time will fall back again. So keep that in mind, but still plenty of summer to be had and still plenty of weather to enjoy. Sunny and hot if that's what you like. A high near 94 degrees today, and by tomorrow looks like 95 degrees, but the weekend, that's where it's going to be. At this point now, we're looking at Saturday being the hottest day this week with a high near 96 before a chance of rain bumps back into the forecast there on Sunday and next Monday. Well, in more news this hour, perhaps you were driving on Interstate 65 yesterday and you noticed quite a bit of billowing smoke around the Smiths Grove area. We don't know too much about what caused that fire there, but there was extensive fire in the area. We understand from the Richardsville Fire Department that they were assisting the Smiths Grove Fire Department with a large brush and field fire. They're close to the interstate. Gott Fire Departments out of Warren County were also on the scene providing additional equipment and manpower. So they were able to extinguish that, and it looks like it did burn up quite a bit of land there. But again, as far as any injuries go or the cause of that fire, we're not too sure on that. But certainly if you do know anything about that fire, let us know here at the newsroom, and we'll be sure to tell everyone else about that. One more travel advisory for you today. We want to let you know about an overturned semi-truck that's on your way to Tennessee this morning. If you're driving on Interstate 65 South, there is an overturned semi there just before Portland, Tennessee, we understand. And it does appear that the semi is off to the side of the road, and authorities perhaps might be there in that area, but traffic could still be slowed or maybe impeded in that area. So do keep that in mind. Quite a bit of construction as you're heading down toward the Nashville corridor there along Interstate 65. In more news, Governor Andy Beshear has announced $203 million in investments for broadband expansion as part of an effort to close Kentucky's digital divide. Beshear said Monday that the investments will be divided into 46 grant awards to 12 internet service providers and local governments spanning more than 30 counties. The infusion will deliver reliable internet to more than 34,000 Kentucky families and businesses. The investments include $89.1 million from the state's share of federal pandemic aid. Grant recipients pledged to match those contributions. So again, sometimes that's a bit typical with these grants in state government and across even local government. The governor's office occasionally will be giving these grants out, but they do have to be matched, of course, for those folks to get that. And we do understand that a few area places are going to be getting in on some of that high-speed internet, including some portions of Warren County and Edmonson County. A medical marijuana advisory team formed by the governor has met for the first time. The agenda for the Kentucky Medical Cannabis Advisory Committee meeting Monday included an overview of its responsibilities and a discussion about town hall meetings. The committee will travel to the state to gather views on the issues and provide feedback to the governor's office. The first town hall meeting is scheduled for July 6th in Pikeville. The next town hall is set for July 19th at the Kentucky Transportation Cabinet in Frankfort. 2 more town hall meetings are expected to be scheduled later. It is 6:24, 59 degrees. Again, doesn't look like there's going to be any rain today, but it is going to be sweltering out there. A high near 94 degrees. Calm winds, however, sunny and hot. Have a great Tuesday.
This is the Kentucky News Network. A Henry County man facing charges after police say he intentionally ran a woman over. Kentucky State Police saying 67-year-old Randy Eversole struck the victim at a home in Lockport. Officers later tracking Eversole down to a nearby grocery store and placing him under arrest. An 11-year-old boy is dead after a shooting in the town of Burlington. Boone County Sheriff's deputies say that the victim was killed at a home on Douglas Drive late Sunday night. The circumstances surrounding the shooting remain under investigation. An investigation underway after a man died while in custody at the Fayette County Detention Center. 44-year-old Christopher Younger was booked on an alcohol intoxication charge over the weekend. Guards finding Younger unresponsive in his bed early Sunday morning and nurses pronounced him dead. No further details were available. A man will be spending 15 years in prison for a Louisville deadly shooting. Larry Hinkle receiving the sentence this week after admitting to manslaughter and tampering with evidence. Police say Hinkle opened fire on Derek Robinson Jr. inside a hookah cafe in July of last year. Police have not figured out a motive. There are still no charges after a Frankfort County corrections officer was attacked. The Lexington Herald Leader reporting that the officer suffering minor injuries after being hit in the detention center. What happened is still under investigation. While Kentucky's Medical Cannabis Advisory Committee with a meeting this week, the 17-member group is going to hold a series of town halls to find out if residents want medical marijuana. Kentucky Governor Andy Beshear is considering legalizing medical pot via executive order across the Commonwealth. Don't forget Clark Memorial Bridge in Louisville is going to be inspected all week. The Kentucky Transportation Cabinet saying a couple of northbound lanes on the Ohio River Bridge will be closed over the next 2 days. I'm Rob Carpenter. This is the Kentucky News Network.
It's your man Buffalo Steel from the world-famous Nappy Roots, and I got a message for you. Never underestimate you. Never underestimate you.
The Work Ready Kentucky Scholarship provides free tuition for Kentuckians who want to earn a degree in a high-demand career field. Go to workreadyky.com to learn more, or give them a call at 833-711-WRKS.
Available at the Kentucky Community and Technical College System.
Never underestimate you.
This is Shannon the Dude. Summertime is finally here, so as we hit the road and traffic increases, the Kentucky Office of Highway Safety is reminding motorists that we all play a part in keeping our roadways safe. Commit to these safe driving behaviors each and every time you get behind the wheel. Obey the speed limit, drive sober, buckle up, and put the phone down. Spare yourself a ticket and possibly
For over 25 years, Window World has provided quality products for homeowners around the country. Every window we sell is custom made for optimal energy efficiency and superior durability. Plus, a vinyl finish means they will never need painting. Just like our windows, entry doors from Window World are made to last, featuring a durable composite frame that will never rot. When it comes time to replace your windows or doors, trust Window World. Call 270-780-9600.
Simply the best for less. Window World.
In my family, I'm the planner. From the weekly grocery list to the family vacation, everything, all the details. Though planning for the end was something I left off my list. Then a friend told me about South Central Kentucky Monuments in Glasgow. She said even though it wasn't on her to-do list, seeing them was one of the best planning decisions she'd ever made. South Central Kentucky Monuments showed her the different options they have available, even an image of the finished monument. And since South Central Central Kentucky Monuments does all the stone carving in-house. It cost much less than she expected. They made the process easy to create the exact memorials she wanted. So my husband and I made a plan to see them. We are so happy with our decision. We encouraged our family and friends to do the same. It'll be the best planning decision you ever make.
Buy direct and save money at South Central Kentucky Monuments at the corner of East Front Street and Columbia Avenue. Family owned in Glasgow since 2010.
When we lost Frank, we lost a good friend. Father, husband, colleague, and coach. He meant a lot to all of us. Today, we had a chance to tell him that.
When someone close to you passes on, you want to commemorate their life in a special way. That's why individual requests are such an important part of our funeral services. We strive to meet your specific needs for the most fitting service for your loved ones. A.F. Crow & Son Funeral Home, a celebration of love.
In funeral announcements this hour, Joyce Dean Thompson, 78, died Sunday. Her God-given talent was taking care of the people and animals she loved. Joyce spent many years as an animal caretaker at Kentucky Down Under in Horse Cave. She loved growing flowers and gardens and spent many days with family members canning the fruits of her labor. Afterwards, it would give her great joy to send friends and family home with her special corn and tomato juice. Joyce is survived by her husband of 46 years, Kenneth Thompson, her brothers, Carol and Melvin Kidd, a twin sister, Willis Hensley, 5 children, Tina Thomas and Junior, Timmy, Chris, and Joey Thompson. 7 grandchildren, 11 great-grandchildren also survive. The family received friends at noon until 8 o'clock on Wednesday at the Brooks Funeral Home. Funeral services and burial for Joyce Dean Thompson will be private. Funeral services for Michael Whitlow, 60, of Glasgow, will be at 2 o'clock Wednesday at the Hatcher and Sadler Funeral Home. Burial, the Glasgow Municipal Cemetery. Visitation begins at 10 o'clock Wednesday morning. Funeral services for Marilyn Sue Kidd, age 79, of Nolensville, Tennessee, will take place at 3 o'clock this afternoon at the Brooks Funeral Home, interment of the Horse Cave Cemetery. The family received friends from 10 until the funeral hour today. Service for Lee Crowder, 61, of Smiths Grove, will be held at 2 o'clock today at the Vincent Church. Visitations ongoing at the church. Grayville Funeral Home is in charge. Celebration of Life service for Gene Wilkes, age 92, will take place today at noon at Hatton Funeral Home's Brownsville Chapel. Visitation from 10 until the funeral hour. Obituary information is available 24 hours a day free at WCLUradio.com and on the WCLU app. No login is necessary.
WCLU Radio brings you Traveling the Bluegrass. Traveling the Bluegrass is dedicated to sharing the stories of agriculture and simple life in Kentucky. Host Alan Watts shares stories from Pikeville to Paducah with a focus on agriculture and what makes Kentucky a wonderful place to live. Traveling the Bluegrass, weekday mornings at 5:30 and 12:30 in the afternoon. Visit youragedge.com. All right, we want to get updated with our birthday and anniversary list for today, Tuesday, June 21st. Elizabeth Humphrey, happy birthday to you. Colleen Pointer, Judy Risley, happy birthday, Judy. Roland Bacon, Mark Davis, Connie Marsh, Bobby Duff on the birthday list. Gracie Delk is 21 today. Nicholas Aaron, Amy Finn Ray, and Mike Downs all celebrate today. An anniversary, Molly and Wesley Wilson, congratulations. Not sure how many years, but hey, just congratulations for having an anniversary. That's right. Good as gold today is Ryan Hinckley. Ryan Hinckley Day on the radio. Celebrated a birthday yesterday, so if you see Ryan, pat him on the back, tell him he is definitely good as gold. From all of us here at WCLU and a little taste of Texas. 651-9149 or 800-956-1023. Or, of course, the website WCLUradio.com or RadioSoki.com. And you can nominate Good as Folks as well right there at WCLUradio.com. 6:33 on this Tuesday morning. Good morning to you. 60 degrees in Glasgow.
Weather from the WCLU Weather Center. Brought to you by Key Cleaners on Happy Valley Road in Glasgow.
Looking for a great job working with friendly folks, competitive pay, and no weekends? Well, Key 1 Hour Cleaners in Glasgow is in need of a presser and a shirt presser. Apply in person at Key Cleaners location on Happy Valley Road in Glasgow. Key Cleaners is a family-owned business that's been successful over the past 35 years, providing great service and having the best employees. You should consider joining that group. Looking for a presser and a shirt presser? Apply at Key Cleaners, 401 Happy Valley Road in Glasgow. We need you.
Well, if you like extremely hot weather, you're in business today. It's going to be sunny and hot, high of 94 degrees. Tonight, clear, our low down to 70. Sunny and hot tomorrow, Wednesday, we'll hit 95 with heat index values around 100. Partly cloudy, 70 degrees Wednesday night. Thursday, a sunny day, high of 89. Clear, 65 Thursday night. On Friday, we'll wrap up this work week with a sunny day and 92. Clear Friday night down to 68. And Saturday, mostly sunny and hot with a high of 96. Some rain on Sunday, slight chance, 30%, maybe an isolated thunderstorm. Otherwise sunny and hot, high of 93. A couple of showers also Sunday night down to 67. Monday, 20% chance for a shower, mostly sunny and 86. Again today, Glasgow, sunny and hot. Afternoon high of 94. All right, currently we have 90% humidity in Glasgow this hour. Pressure 30.19, no winds and no precipitation. Visibility 10 miles. Sunset tonight, 8:06 p.m. It's not going to be as hot as they said, according to the National Weather Service yesterday, but I mean, it's still going to be extremely hot today. We were calling for a high of 99 today and 101 tomorrow, but 94 today, which is still extremely hot for the area. So rest frequently if you're outdoors today. Drink plenty of cool water. 60 degrees now in Glasgow. Good morning, live.
A U.S. Congresswoman is calling for a moratorium on state and federal taxes to help ease the burden of rising gas and diesel prices. Hello, I'm Kellen Havikin with Ag Headline News on Brownfield. Minnesota Democrat Angie Craig tells Brownfield a fuel tax holiday would save nearly 50 cents a gallon at the pump.
I fundamentally believe that this Congress should be completely focused on how do we use every tool at our disposal to lower costs for working families.
I'll have more news next.
When you work a livestock operation all day, you need a tractor that gets the job done. That's why Case IH Farm All Utility Series tractors offer more standard features than the competition. I guess you could say that Case IH Farm All Utility Series tractors hold standard features to a higher standard. Because when it comes to performance, versatility, and value, there's nothing standard about them.
See your local dealer, J&J Sales, on West Main Street in Glasgow.
We need to come clean with you about something that Case IH Farm All Utility tractors don't offer. Regeneration. Competitive tractors require a diesel particulate filter to deliver clean emissions. The cleaning process is called regeneration. You have to wait up to 20 minutes for your tractor to burn fuel while it regenerates. Case IH Farm All Utility tractors meet emission requirements without regeneration, saving you time and money.
See your local dealer, J&J Sales, on West Main Street in Glasgow.
Registered dietitian and St. Louis Dairy Council nutrition educator Ashley Marsh says a push towards dairy alternatives might be promoting the return of once decreasing health issues like rickets in children and osteoporosis in adults.
Because people are not giving your body those nutrients you need to create a really strong foundation.
A South Dakota entrepreneur is working with local college students to update a software program to better predict the cattle futures market. Todd Gagney with the South Dakota School of Mines and Technology first created the program with his spouse in the early 90s for a local rancher.
Essentially what he was doing was looking in the futures market, figuring out when his cattle would be ready to go to market, figuring out what the corn price was, deducting all those costs out. And if he had enough of a margin in it, then basically he ran calves on his property. And if he didn't, he just leased the land out.
In the fall of 2021, he introduced the software to a group of students to enhance the original program using tools like artificial intelligence. I'm Kellen Havikin on Brownfield Ag News.
Hello everyone, this is Joe and Rachel Dotson from Best One Tire in Glasgow.
We wanted to personally thank you for supporting our tire and repair business at 100 Shawn Lane.
Many of our customers come to us for ag and truck tire, but did you know we are capable of serving any size car or pickup?
With over 300 stores behind us, our buying power means we can pass on to you the very best pricing in our area.
We have many tires and tubes in stock, and we can do alignments on just about anything that rolls.
I was raised in Metcalfe County. After being away away for a few years, Joe and I brought our family back to the area. And nothing brings us greater pleasure than servicing our neighbors when they are broke down in the field or on the road. We are here for you. We want to help you by taking the stress out of buying your next tires. We will work with any budget, anytime.
Come in and find out why we are the fastest growing tire company in Glasgow. We love this business. We love this town. Pretty soon you will be coming to our new store out on Highway 90 right here in Glasgow.
Best One Tire and Service, creating one raving fan at a time.
The thought of my sons growing up without me inspired me to quit smoking.
I talked to my doctors, and then I threw away all my cigarettes, ashtrays, and lighters.
I started exercising instead of smoking.
Getting support from friends online kept me on track.
Staying away from alcohol when I was first quitting was key.
Instead of smoking after I ate, I'd get up and take a walk.
I missed having a cigarette in my hand, so I'd hold a pen or a straw, anything.
Until I knew I wouldn't give in to temptation, I spent more time with my friends who didn't smoke.
I went to places that were smoke-free.
I didn't stay quit the very first time I tried.
I kept on trying, and I learned something each time.
Do whatever it takes.
No matter how many times it takes.
I quit.
I quit.
I quit.
We did it, so can you.
You can quit. For free help, call 1-800-QUIT-NOW. A message from the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services and CDC.
Join us Thursdays at 7:30 a.m. as we present Banking on Business, sponsored by the People's Bank. Banking on Business is an interview segment hosted by Terry Bunnell, People's Bank President. Enjoy meeting people from your favorite local businesses and hearing the stories of how they got started and where they're headed. You can check it out online at WCLUradio.com on EPB Channel 6, WCLU 103.1 and 1490 a.m. each Thursday morning at 7:30 a.m.
When there's work to be done, you get to it. And Joseph A. Wade Incorporated is here to help. They repair and make hydraulic hoses and repair hydraulic cylinders. If there's a problem, the Joseph A. Wade hydraulic team will help you find a solution. They're also a distributor for Croyle products. Plus, black and orange nitrile gloves are back in stock. Locally owned and operated, Joseph A. Wade Incorporated. Here to help since 1985. Located in the curve of Industrial Drive in Glasgow.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome into Archives here at WCLU Radio. And we'll be joined with Sam Terry here in just a moment. It's 6:41, and we sure appreciate Joseph A. Wade Industrial Hardware Services for sponsoring the Archives today, because history is made by the hard work that stands the test of time. Sam Terry, are you on the phone?
Yes. How are you,
Okay.
James?
How are you doing today?
I'm well.
I am actually here and in Henry's Place today, so I didn't want to, shock you a little bit there. But anyway, let's get into our archives, Sam. We're glad you could join us today. Usually I'm here on Wednesdays, but today, Tuesday, June 21st, we're going to talk about the DAR chapter will be installed in August. The headline says here, 1922. About 30 members have enrolled. And it is expected that Glasgow will have have a chapter of the Daughters of the American Revolution soon. The following ladies are unanimously selected as officers of the new chapter, and that's Regent Mrs. J.R. White, Vice Regent Miss Betty Snoddy, I guess I'm saying that right, Recording Secretary Miss Luther Ellis, Corresponding Secretary Miss C.C. Howard, Treasurer Miss Bess Howard, Historian Miss H.C. Trigg, Librarians Miss E.H. Smith, Chaplain Miss E.Y. Kilmore, and there are a number of Revolutionary War soldiers buried in Barron County, and their graves will be located and properly marked by the chapter. That's a large article, Sam, back in 22, but sounds like the DAR, being installed in the month of August is an exciting news back in that day.
They had, according to the archives, spent months and months working on establishing a chapter here, and of course they're still going strong. The Edmund Rogers DAR chapter here is going to be celebrating their 100th anniversary a little bit later this year.
Mm-hmm.
And by the way, they're still marking those Revolutionary War veterans' graves in Barron and even some of the surrounding counties. They have marked those grave sites as well. Wow. So a great thing.
It is. It sure is. So that was in 1922 this morning in our archives. Let's see, 10 more years, 1932. We have a new drink to talk about this morning. Glasgow Times new drink is a success. Experiments recently completed at a leading American university conclusively proved the success of new process for preserving the vitamins of fresh orange juice in a bottled beverage. Published in a recent edition of Industrial and Engineering Chemistry, scientists found that feeding the concentrated syrup gave nutritive results which were as good or even slightly better than those contained by feeding freshly expressed juice. Orange Crush, which has been one of my favorites over the years, is bottled and distributed in Glasgow by the Davidson brothers. So, Orange Crush in the newspaper.
A beginning we didn't know about.
Yeah, in 32. Wow. So, exceptionally great tasting drink. Always been one of my favorites. Orange Crush. Got to watch the sugar, though. That syrup they're talking about here. All right, 1942 this morning, Glasgow Republican. It says York drowned, rumor unfounded. There appears to be no foundation for the rumor that has been current for the last 2 or 3 days to the effect that Dr. York has been lost at sea. Dr. York referred to is none other than Major Paul S. York, now stationed at Fort Jackson, South Carolina. Relatives have been in receipt of recent news from the York family that while it is intimidated that the Major is expecting orders momentarily that may include a boat ride, and was till at he was till at Fort Jackson for the first of the week. Miss York and the children are expected to return to their home here if Major York departs for overseas services. So sounds like a mix-up in 1942. I'm
sure a lot of people were relieved that Dr. York was still among the living.
Absolutely. Can you imagine?
Not lost at sea. And I shared that with one of Dr. York's grandsons last night, and he had heard nothing about that in the past. So, again, we all learned something on the archive.
Yeah, absolutely. 1952, there's a large article here. I believe we'll hold off until Henry comes back. Do you want to go ahead and read the next one for 52 or just skip 52?
Sure, that'll be great.
Okay. Glasgow Times. Bookmobile service for all rural areas of Barron County was started this week through the cooperation of the County Board of Education and the Glasgow Rotary Club. The bookmobile itself has been donated for county use by Miss George Gray of Louisville. The driver of the bookmobile is Miss Vernie Martin, retired school teacher. So bookmobile services in 1952, and those are very helpful and a very important part.
They certainly were, and there was a big movement to establish bookmobile service in as many places as possible in Kentucky, and at one time, a few years later, we had such service available in nearly every county in Kentucky. It was quite a movement in the early to mid-50s. But I'm sure a lot of people were excited to see the bookmobile coming on their scheduled day, and you could check out some books and return the ones you finished.
It's a library on wheels. We'll bring the books to you. Okay, that was in 52. 1962, 10 more years. The Glasgow Daily Times, talking about Mount Hermon boy is using FFA training full-time. Roy Might, son of Mr. and Miss Noel Might of Mount Hermon Route 1, and a member of the Tompkinsville FFA chapter, is a 1962 graduate of Tompkinsville High School, where he had 4 years of instruction on vocational agriculture. He is 18 years old and plans to devote his full time to farming. He recently received the Kentucky Farmer's Degree on June 8th. Roy's present farming program consists of an acre of tobacco, 5 dairy animals, 2 brood sows, 20 acres of corn, 10 acres of hay, give acres of pasture, and 20 rods of farm fencing as improvement projects. So, wow. The FFA person here, Roy Myatt, sounds like he took this very seriously and made a career of it.
Well, certainly did, and I believe there's a typo in there. I believe it's 5 acres of pasture.
Yeah. Give acres. I'm like, what's give acres? So yeah, you know, that's quite a bit for an 18-year-old young man to take on.
FFA gave a great start to a lot of Barron County farmers and elsewhere as well.
Yeah, for sure. This is such a large farming community, very important to the state, but you know, Barron County's not too barren, if you ask me about it. Okay, we have some June births. In 1972, we want to mention this morning in our archives. Harold Dean Bridges, Jr., Julianne Burgess, Jason Jolly Alexander, John Case Davis, Timothy David Cash, Laura Denise King, Allison Danielle Berry, and Justin Jewel Pursley, all born in June in 1972. Quite a list there.
Quite a list, and I'm sure a lot of excitement in all those families.
Oh, yeah.
Well-known folks there.
1982. A little mention here of Mr. and Miss Eastern are Melissa Thomas and Darren Steenbergen. So Mr. and Miss Eastern in the newspaper. 1992. Let's see what we have here. Sounds like some damaging storms came through the area. In 92, 6 inches of rain was dumped in Glasgow in 2 separate storms that hit the area. One of the hardest hit areas of town was the Happy Valley Road area, where several $1,000s of damage occurred to vehicles at Bailey Gibson Buick. This was in 92. I don't particularly remember that storm in our area, but sounds like it did some damage.
Well, many of us remember the flooding of Happy Valley Road that went on for decades, and there were also decades of efforts trying to control the flooding issue.
Yeah.
And it was a big problem, but that hasn't happened for years now, thankfully.
Thankfully. Due to a lot of hard work to make that possible. 2002, Glasgow City Council adopts $23.4 million budget in the paper. It's a lot of money. 2002. And finally, 2012, the second annual Art in the Garden Gala. An art show will take place today from 6 to 8 at the home of Robert O. and Betty Carroll Clark. So the second annual Art in the Garden in the newspaper.
That was a great event. Many of our local artists had works entered in that show and sale, and the Clark's backyard provided a great natural backdrop for people to wander around and enjoy that art and visit with their friends. So it was a great event.
So you're talking like paintings and things like that?
Yes.
Yeah, pretty interesting. I recently started trying to learn to paint myself about 6 months ago, and so much fun. So I do have a whole new appreciation and respect for artists like that and events to help encourage local artists to get started in their craft, you know. All right, that's our archives this morning, Sam, 6:53. And anything in closing today? Anything going on at the Cultural Center or somebody you want to pat on the back today?
Well, there are things going on. On Thursday evening, the Cultural Center is hosting Museum After Hours for the month of June. That will, I believe, begin at 4 and run until 8. And there's been a change in the food truck at that event, I'm told. It will now be Rolaids Burgers on Wheels food truck. So a great opportunity to try another food truck that's local. And then on Saturday, the Barron County Historical Society will be having a program at 11 o'clock that morning featuring Bobby Bryant Smith, who is familiar to many people in Glasgow for her work with the Kentucky League of Cities, but she's coming to do a program about Kentucky traditions, and she's also quite an author and will have her books available for signing for those who are interested. And both of those events, of course, are free, open to the public, both at the Cultural Center, Thursday, Museum After Hours, and Friday, the Historical Society program.
Wow. Always so much going on there. So even though there's been a change in the food truck, you'll still be able to eat supper.
Certainly.
Just a little switch there. But Sam, we appreciate you today. We'll pick it back up tomorrow here on WCLU and the Big Willie and our morning archives. You have a wonderful day, sir.
You too, James.
Stay as cool as you can. It's going to be hot today. 60 degrees now. Not so bad here in Glasgow this morning. We'll check that weather forecast coming up at 6:55, and also our morning trivia question in just a few minutes from right now. Stay with us.
Highland Pharmacy on Rogers Road in Glasgow has been a community favorite since 2012, and there's a reason for that. They consistently offer a wide range of customized services, quality care, and a commitment to you. Over-the-counter COVID tests are available and can be billed to most insurance carriers. You can also receive the COVID vaccine at Highland Pharmacy. Register at highland-pharmacy.com. That's highland-pharmacy.com. Highland Pharmacy, a community favorite since 2012.
Let me ask you something. What do you see when you look at your home and your car? Do you see a bundle, a combo deal? That's how other insurance companies see them. But a State Farm agent sees so much more, because a State Farm agent sees your home and your car as more than just four walls and four wheels. They see the things you've worked really hard for. So why not give them the protection they deserve? Call State Farm agent Mike Bryant in Glasgow at 270-651-3608.
Fannie J. Crosby wrote so many beautiful songs of the church. She wrote songs like Blessed Assurance, All the Way My Savior Leads Me, Jesus Keep Me Near the Cross. The list just keeps going. She wrote thousands of beautiful hymns. Fannie J. Crosby, as a baby, contracted an eye infection and was treated poorly. She was left blind for the rest of her life. But as an 8-year-old child, she wrote this, "Oh, what a happy child I am. Although I cannot see, I am resolved that in this world contented I will be. How many blessings I enjoy that other people don't. So weep or sigh because I'm blind. I cannot, I won't." What an attitude. Sounds like Hebrews 13:5 to me, that we're to keep our life free from the love of money and be content with what we have because Jesus will never leave us. This has been Bart Warren for the South Green Street Church of Christ.
South Green Street Church of Christ, 306 South Green Street in Glasgow, 270-651-5409.
Weather from the WCLU Weather Center, brought to you by South Central Bank.
When you look around Glasgow and Barron County, you see that South Central Bank's roots run deep. Having served generations of families and supported some of the most significant business growth in the region, we are proud to be a part of this community. For 50 years, our customers have received superior service from South Central Bank, and we remain committed to that. We continue to build relationships that are making an impact on the community we call home. South Central Bank, small enough to know you, big enough to help. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender. In the WCLU Forecast Center, today it's going to be a sunny day. We'll reach 93 for the high. Tonight's going to be clear, low of 68. Wednesday, sunny and hot, a high of 96. Wednesday night, there's a 20% chance of a shower, maybe a thunderstorm before 1 o'clock in the morning. Otherwise, partly cloudy, a low of 71. And then Thursday, sunshine, a high of 92. That's your forecast from WCLU, your home for local.
Thank you, sir. Humidity 87% right now. Pressure 30.21. No winds and no precipitation in the last 24 hours. 10-mile visibility. Sunset tonight, 8:06 p.m. on this first day of summer. Here we are. 61 degrees. Weather brought to you by South Central Bank.
For over 25 years, Window World has provided quality products for homeowners around the country. Every window we sell is custom made for optimal energy efficiency and superior durability. Plus, a vinyl finish means they will never need painting. Just like our windows, entry doors from Window World are made to last, featuring a durable composite frame that will never rot. When it comes time to replace your windows or doors, trust Window World. Call 270-780-9600.
Simply the best for less. Window World.
Anderson Windows and Doors with Stormwatch protection are designed to meet building codes for coastal locations from Maine to Miami, Gainesville to Galveston, and they're on guard even when no one is home. Anderson Windows and Doors with Stormwatch protection. The uglier the weather gets, the more beautiful they become.
See the full line of Anderson Windows and Doors at Glasgow Building Supply, 31E Bypass in Glasgow. Anderson Windows. Come home to Anderson.
Everyone has the right to control their own future.
This is not the case if you've been seriously injured in a car wreck or a big truck wreck. The insurance companies will take advantage of you.
We've recovered over $1 billion for our clients.
We're passionate about getting big dollar results for our clients.
Control starts with a call. Hughes & Coleman, 800-800-4600.
Principal office in Bowling Green, Kentucky. Services may be performed by others. Over $1 billion recovered for our clients in Kentucky and Tennessee. When your loved one has been neglected or abused in a nursing home, it can feel like you're losing control and don't know where to turn. Take control. The nursing home abuse signs you need to look for include bed sores, broken bones, dehydration, and malnutrition. Hughes & Coleman is here to provide the legal help your family needs in order to take action during this difficult time.
Control starts with a call to Hughes & Coleman, 800-800-4600.
Principal office in Bowling Green, Kentucky. Services may be performed by others.
We're in the most active season of the year right now, you know, but if you have joint pain, you can't live like you want to. Going to the lake, walking at the Y with hip pain, knee pain, back pain, shoulder pain, it just sucks the fun out of living. But I've got fantastic news. QC Kinetics is helping people here get the fun back with advanced regenerative treatments from local medical professionals. It's basically taking growth factors with healing properties from your own body, highly concentrated, then putting them into your aching joints. This in-office, non-surgical treatment can repair and restore damaged tissue in your joints. QC Kinetics is the nation's leader in these cutting-edge, all-natural options, and the patient satisfaction reports are incredible. They have over 100 clinics nationwide, including right here. Get real relief with no surgery, no drugs, and no downtime. Stop putting it off. Call QC Kinetics to learn more about regenerative medicine and get a totally free in-office consultation. 270-974-4500. That's 270-974-4500 today.
School's out for summer, but if your business is running QuickBooks, you'll never get a break. QuickBooks manual processes, integration difficulties, and glitchy delays will leave you scrambling for the numbers you need. Failing to graduate to NetSuite will leave you stuck in summer school while your friends party. NetSuite by Oracle is the #1 cloud financial system, no matter how big your business grows. With visibility and control of your financials, inventory, HR, e-commerce, and more. NetSuite is everything you need to grow, all in one place. That's why NetSuite is the #1 cloud financial system, used by over 29,000 growing businesses. Automate your process with NetSuite and close your books in no time. 93% of surveyed businesses increase their visibility and control since graduating from QuickBooks to NetSuite. Right now, NetSuite is offering a one-of-a-kind financing program, so graduating has never been easier. Head to netsuite.com/advantage right now. netsuite.com/advantage. netsuite.com/advantage.
Little Caesars presents delicious duos like bacon and eggs, spaghetti and meatballs, and of course peanut butter and jelly. Now, Little Caesars brings you a large, hot and ready slices and sticks. A delicious duo featuring 4 slices of pepperoni pizza, together with 8 tasty slices of Italian cheese sticks, plus crazy sauce for only $6. Little Caesars hot and ready slices and sticks is just $6. Available every day when you walk in between 4 and 8 at Little Caesars.
Pizza. At participating locations plus tax. Prices may vary. All right, your chance to win a free pizza from our friends at Little Caesars this morning. Now, if you haven't won this month, you can win today with our morning trivia question. Here we go. One of my favorite topics, coffee. Don't you just love a good hot cup of coffee, especially early in the morning? Okay, when it comes to coffee, what does the Italian term espresso mean? What does the Italian term espresso mean? Do you know? 651-9149, 800-956-1023. Call us up today. And if you know the answer, you'll win a free pizza from Little Caesars. Let's go to the phones. You're on the real... I'm sorry. Good morning trivia. There we go. I almost said you're on the Real Trader.
Pressed out.
Pressed out. Do you think that's what espresso means?
Yes.
You're exactly right. Yes, sir. Do you like espresso?
Not especially. Love coffee. I'm not a big espresso fan.
Who am I talking to?
It's Benny Lyle.
Benny, how you doing today?
I'm doing well, thank you.
Hadn't talked to you in a little while.
It's been I had actually had somebody tell me yesterday I haven't heard you on the radio in a while. I thought, well, let's fix that.
I almost put you on the Real Trader on a wrong station. How about that?
Well, that's okay. We could have sold something too.
Yeah. See, I'm on too many stations. I got my wires crossed. But yeah, espresso means pressed out. Exactly, and that's what you do if you have an espresso machine. It just presses. It's real strong, real strong. I was at
and there's just not enough of it, you know.
Yeah,
the coffee, you want the big cup.
Yeah, that's right. Now some folks will add a shot or two of espresso to their coffee, and I was at a particular coffee shop, and a gentleman came in, ordered 6 or 7 shots of espresso only, and that's it. Just the espresso.
Yeah, you probably need a prescription for that.
I'd say so. Benny Lyle, our winner today, pressed out. That's what the Italian term espresso means. So, Benny, I'll get you on hold here, and we'll get you a free pizza coupon. So just hang on here, and we'll get your information, okay?
Pizza and coffee is good.
There you go, buddy. I've done it many times. All right, Benny Lyle, our winner today. And the answer, of course, pressed out. 7:05. Coming up, more of the news you can depend on. And we're going to be interviewing a conductor in the house, Robbie Fudge, with the Concert on the Square series. We'll talk about that. It's not a series, actually. It's an event coming up this Thursday night. So we'll interview him. Also at 7:30, what's cooking this morning here at WCLU and the Big Willie?
Good morning from Forever Communications, WCLU Glasgow, WLYE Glasgow, made possible by Hughes and Coleman, WLLI Munfordville, W276DO Glasgow, W253BN Glasgow.
CBS News Brief. Pediatricians are ready to begin administering COVID shots to little kids. Correspondent Matt Piper.
Children as young as 6 months can start receiving the COVID-19 vaccine today after the CDC gave Moderna and Pfizer's shots a final approval over the weekend.
Congressional investigators will focus on state election officials at their 4th public hearing into the January 6th attack today. Former White House advisor David Gergen.
I think the hearings have been very constructive. They're not the thing of everyday conversation. People talk more about the president falling off a bike than they do about what they heard in one of these hearings.
The Supreme Court's back in session today with 18 cases on the docket, including Roe v. Wade. Will that leaked report prove prophetic? Cardozo law professor Deborah Pearlstein says not necessarily.
Often it's the case that the decision changes, the opinion changes a great deal from the initial draft to the final decision.
CBS News Brief. I'm Deborah Rodriguez.
Get glowing for your wedding day and have picture-perfect skin with the help of the experts at R Plus Med Spa. They prioritize a tailored approach, starting with a complimentary bridal consultation to share any skin concerns you have as you prepare for your big day. This is also perfect for the mother of the bride, the groom, and your bridal party. R Plus Med Spa, 210 Shane Drive in Glasgow. Call 270-651-4SPA and schedule your complimentary bridal consultation today.
Good day. It's Tuesday, June 21st, 2022, 7:08 on the dot, 63 degrees. And guess what day it is? It's the first day of summer today. That's right. And we've certainly had temperatures that feel that way, but we're going to be moving toward the summer season now. And that way you can officially enjoy it and say, hey, summer's here. What's the weather looking like today? Well, a high near 94 and sunny and hot. And by tomorrow, temperatures have tapered off just a bit as far as the air temperature goes, but heat index values by Wednesday still at 100, and the weekend looks like the heat's not going to taper off so much. Saturday, at this point, a high near 96. So if you can imagine, as we progress through the rest of the week, it's only going to get a bit warmer. There might be a little bit of a dip on Friday, but by Sunday, we see a chance of showers pop back up into the forecast. A Barron County man has pleaded guilty to charges in connection to the 2020 death of his daughter, which resulted from a vehicle crash along Coral Hill Road. 34-year-old Christopher McCoy of Glasgow was charged in connection to the death of 10-year-old Addison McCoy on May 9, 2020. He allegedly had methamphetamine in his blood at the time of that crash, according to police records. McCoy appeared in Barron Circuit Court on June 10th and pleaded guilty to 2 charges. One was amended by the prosecutor. McCoy's second-degree manslaughter charge was amended to reckless homicide, which is a Class D felony. He pleaded guilty to reckless homicide and operating a motor vehicle while under the influence of a controlled substance, which impairs one's driving ability. Second offense, which is a Class B misdemeanor. Now, the prosecution in the case is recommending a 5-year sentence, $1,500 fine, and court cost $425 DUI service fee, 1 year of alcohol and substance abuse counseling, and license suspension for a minimum of 1 year. Prosecutors noted their opposition to probation and shock probation, which is a shorter version of that probation that's used to expose offenders to incarceration, but allows them to serve their sentence outside of a jail or prison. Final sentencing is slated for Monday, July 18th at 1 p.m. inside the courtroom of the Barron Circuit Court, and a pre-sentence investigation is underway until then. Several hydration stations will be positioned at various TJ Regional Health facilities this week due to forecasted temperatures. The stations will be positioned at TJ Sampson Community Hospital's South Entrance and Emergency Department, TJ Health Columbia, and the TJ Health Pavilion. The stations will be available at noon, according to a press release. Coolers with free and iced bottled water will be available. Temperatures were forecasted, of course, to reach 90 degrees yesterday, and as we just mentioned, temperatures today looking like they're going to reach about 94 degrees. So water, if you're outside or anywhere, certainly is going to be needed on your commute or wherever you may be today. Authorities arrested a man Saturday in Glasgow after they responded to an alleged assault. An officer responded and made contact with the victim. Police confirmed a physical altercation had happened along Rainbow Drive, and the suspect had left the scene. Police apprehended 29-year-old Matthew Stahl of Glasgow and charged him with 4th-degree assault, 1st-degree criminal mischief, and 1st-degree assault attempt. That arrest was made by Officer Julie Robinson, Sergeant Wesley Hicks, and Officer John Warnock. They all responded to the scene there. Searching in the beaming evening sun yesterday, Aubrey Matthews found her way to a cup of chilled chocolate milk as locals gathered to observe June Dairy Month. 2-year-old Matthews accepted the milk from Doug Jones, a co-owner and operator of Barron County's Legacy Dairy. The toddler was in attendance with her mother, Emily, both of whom hail from the home of the dairy, Highsville. The Joneses have an extensive tradition of dairy farming in their family, and after selling their milk to a cooperative for several years, they began bottling and selling it to retailers in March 2020. And according to the Jones family, it's something that they never expected. Janelle Jones, who is also the co-owner and wife of Doug.
We've just been amazed with the phenomenal support of the community for our dairy, and we just love being able to give back to our community.
Local agriculture proponents and community members gathered at the steps of the Barron County Courthouse yesterday evening. Most attendees were walking upright, but there was one guest on all fours, Becca. The 5-year-old Jersey cow stood within the confines of a mobile dairy classroom, which is operated by Southland dairy farmers. She spends most days traveling across Kentucky to help further educate youth and communities about the nutritional value of homegrown milk. The instructor for that Southland mobile dairy classroom, Haley Fisher says it's something that kids always enjoy learning about.
And our kids love it. So this gives them a first-hand look at what our dairy farmers do day in and day out with the live cow on site. We do that process for them, and they love it. They love being able to see where their food comes from.
Cow-shaped gimmicks, fresh milk, and a proclamation were among the aspects of the celebration held yesterday evening to honor June Dairy Month. County government issued a proclamation to bring attention to the importance of dairy to local lives. Barron County Judge Executive Michael Hell says opportunities to educate and expose the community to local agriculture and dairy farming, well, it's a step toward keeping Barron County's legacy as one of the state's top milk producers. It is the official drink of Kentucky, after all.
As county government, we're here to support our dairy industry in Barron County any way we can.
It's 7:13, 63 degrees, Tuesday, June 21st. You're listening to WCLU.
When we lost Frank, we lost a good friend. Father, husband, colleague, and coach. He meant a lot to all of us. Today, we had a chance to tell him that.
When someone close to you passes on, you want to commemorate their life in a special way. That's why individual requests are such an important part of our funeral services. We strive to meet your specific needs for the most fitting service for your loved ones. A.F. Crow & Son Funeral Home, a celebration of love.
Healthcare changes all the time, but at Hatchet Home Medical, we're a consistent friend to help you navigate the road to good health. We are your headquarters for all types of equipment and supplies to let you recuperate at home, and we keep up with all the changes. So let us file the paperwork for insurance reimbursement. Hatchet Home Medical's huge showroom and warehouse on Park Avenue in Glasgow lets us stock what you need, and our trained technicians are courteous and helpful when setting up and instructing you or your caretakers. We feature a 24-hour on-call phone number to help in emergencies. And remember, all healthcare professionals, Hatchet's Home Medical has the area's largest selection of nurses' uniforms and supplies, featuring the best of name brands. Whether you need a wheelchair, walker, hospital bed, or other assistive device, the name to remember is Hatchet Home Medical in the Park Avenue Shopping Center in Glasgow. Phone 651-9551.
Welcome back into WCLU News 7:15. Currently 63 degrees. Again, temperatures today going to be warm as we expect. It is the first day of summer today, after all, and it's the longest day of the year. So if you're wondering, well, the sun seems to be up more today than it has been all year, well, that's the truth, because it will be. And after this point, we're going to begin shaving off our time each day, maybe by a minute or so, until we get to the fall, and that's where we're going to see our time go back, and we'll continue to see those days getting shorter as we lead up to December. But let's not focus on that just yet. Let's enjoy the summertime and that warmer weather. Though it's going to be hot, it's going to be sunny, and it's going to be nice, so you can get outside and enjoy that no matter where you may be. Governor Andy Beshear has announced $203 million in investments for broadband expansion as part of an effort to close Kentucky's digital divide. Beshear said Monday that the investments will be divided into 46 grant awards to 12 internet service providers and local governments spanning more than 30 counties. The infusion will deliver reliable internet to more than 34,000 Kentucky families and businesses. The investments include $89.1 million from the state's share of federal pandemic aid. Grant recipients pledged to match those contributions. And we do want to let you know about yesterday. If you were driving along Interstate 65, perhaps you saw some billowing smoke around the Smiths Grove area. Many people were asking us what that could be, and we understand from the Richardsville Fire Department there in Warren County that they were assisting fire departments around the Smiths Grove area with a field fire. It looks like it was like a brush fire or something similar to that. We don't know the cause of that or how much damage it actually did, but it was pretty significant because folks here in Glasgow and Bowling Green on the other side of it were seeing the smoke. So again, very clear skies, but however, that's still quite a bit of distance to see all of that smoke there in Smiths Grove. So just keep that in mind. It looks like it was a field fire, but authorities did get that taken care of. Lastly, today, a medical marijuana advisory team formed by Kentucky Governor Andy Beshear has met for the first time. The agenda for the Kentucky Medical Cannabis Advisory Committee meeting Monday included an overview of its responsibilities and a discussion about town hall meetings. The committee will travel the state to gather views on the issues and provide feedback to the governor's office. The first town hall meeting is scheduled for July 6th in Pikeville. The next town hall is set for July 19th at the Kentucky Transportation Cabinet in Frankfort. 2 more town halls are expected to be scheduled at a later time. 7:18 on the dot, 63 degrees. Hang tight right there. We've talked about it a little bit. Coming this Thursday, it's going to be an opportunity to hear the community band here in Glasgow and Barron County, and none other than the conductor, Robbie Fudge, is here to talk with James about what's ahead of that gathering. Right here on Good Morning Live. Have a great Tuesday.
When you look around Glasgow and Barron County, you see that South Central Bank's roots run deep, having served generations of families and supported some of the most significant business growth in the region. We are proud to be a part of this community. For 50 years, our customers have received superior service from South Central Bank, and we remain committed to that. We continue to build relationships that are making an impact on the community we call home. South Central Bank, small enough to know you, big enough to help. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender. We're in the most active season of the year right now, you know, but if you have a joint pain, you can't live like you want to. Going to the lake, walking at the Y with hip pain, knee pain, back pain, shoulder pain, it just sucks the fun out of living. But I've got fantastic news. QC Kinetics is helping people here get the fun back with advanced regenerative treatments from local medical professionals. It's basically taking growth factors with healing properties from your own body, highly concentrated, then putting them into your aching joints. This in-office, non-surgical treatment can repair and restore damaged tissue in your joints. QC Kinetics is the nation's leader in these cutting-edge, all-natural options, and the patient satisfaction reports are incredible. They have over 100 clinics nationwide, including right here. Get real relief with no surgery, no drugs, and no downtime. Stop putting it off. Call QC Kinetics to learn more about regenerative medicine and get a totally free in-office consultation. 270-974-4500. That's 270-974-4500 today.
Good Morning Live. It's 63 degrees this morning here in Glasgow. 7:20, we have a very special guest with us today. We have a conductor in the house. His name is Robbie Fudge. Good morning, sir.
Good morning, James. How are you this morning?
I'm doing great. Thank you for coming by today.
I've looked forward to this for some time now since it's been on the schedule. I always enjoy coming down here and talking to the guys. And
so you're no stranger to radio.
I'm not. I've been on it a little bit. I got that old adage. I've got the face for radio.
Yeah, me too. Well, we wanted to bring you on to talk about the Concert on the Square. This is an annual event, and share a little bit about maybe how many years you've been doing this and how you got involved.
Okay. Well, we're in our 22nd year.
Wow.
The Glasgow Community Band was founded in 2000. A name known around here, Charles Honeycutt, a longtime band director at Glasgow. When he became mayor, he decided to get a group together to see if they could continue the love of music, and the rest is history.
Yeah.
I've been involved with the band for about 10 years now. I used to play some when I was able to, when I was teaching and my schedule would allow it, but after Bill Brogan had taken over, he decided to step down, and I was able to have the opportunity to come and
Isn't that great?
Try to fill his shoes, but I've been conducting and directing the band for the last 5 years or 6 years or so, and it's
great.
enjoyable. Oh, it is.
Yeah.
It really is. It's a gem. We have a great group. There's not a lot of communities that have a community band.
Yeah,
and,
I don't know of any except here.
There's some up in Louisville and E-Town and maybe south a little bit, but it's definitely something special.
It really is. So Concert on the Square, and it's this Thursday.
It is this Thursday. It's at 7 o'clock right in front of City Hall. Beautiful venue. The sun will be setting at around 7:15ish, but that side of the square is already shaded, and even though it's going to be warm, we think that it'll be a great time to be outside. Bring a chair, bring a blanket, sit on the grass there of the courthouse, and maybe have a bottle of water or whatever, and just enjoy the sights and sounds of the Glasgow Community Band.
So it starts at 7 o'clock.
7 o'clock. It is free.
Free to the public.
The square will be blocked off at 5 o'clock. The Glasgow Police Department will start blocking that off so that we can start setting up. So people will need to maybe avoid the square if they're coming around that evening. But
be watching. You might.
And James, I'll do this publicly at the concert. But when you think about blocking off the square, people just don't understand how many hoops you have to go through to put on an event like this.
Yeah,
I mean, without the help of, and I'll publicly thank again, but the Glasgow Police Department, the Judge County Executive, Michael Hale, Mayor Armstrong, the Barron County Detention Center. There's a lot of hoops that you have to jump through to be able to close off a state road. A lot of forms, but we couldn't do it without the help of our local media, our businesses, and individual sponsors. And we have a great sponsor this year with major sponsor German American Bank. Carissa Peterson and her crew have reached out to us, and we're thankful. So a lot of people, a small army, goes to put on a free event.
So not only is it a community band, it is a community effort.
It is a community effort, and we couldn't do it without the assistance of a lot of individuals who give up their time to do that.
So what can people expect? Maybe there's people that never attended, maybe new to the area, and they hear you talking about Concert on the Square. Of course, on your flyer, your poster here, a beautiful poster, I see an American flag in the background.
Yes, and I guess really, when you get down to the mission statement of the community band, we provide quality music and entertainment around holidays. And so a lot of our repertoire is patriotic music, but what you can expect from the Concert on the Square is something a little different. It's just a potpourri of music. We have marches. We have patriotic music, and we've also got popular music and other venues. So it's a little something for everyone.
Right.
And we've got, I want to tell you this, we've got a couple of guest artists that are coming in with us. I try to do this from time to time. Bart Warren, no stranger to this community, the minister at South Green Street Church of Christ.
Exactly.
He's got a spot on the radio in the mornings, and he's just got one of those voices that...
very soothing.
Very soothing. He's going to do a special narration of a piece called Duty, Honor, and Country.
Oh, wow.
And... General Douglas MacArthur wrote the narration to this, and it's been performed many years with the Marine Band and Norman Schwarzkopf doing the narration. So Bart's doing an excellent job. We've practiced together a few times, and it's going to be a treat.
That sounds exciting right there.
And, sometimes when you go to a band concert, you don't expect to hear a vocalist. But a young lady that I have the acquaintance of in Bowling Green, she's a junior at Foundation Christian Academy where I teach. Beautiful soprano voice, and she's going to come in and do a rendition of The Blessing.
Okay.
Which was made popular by Lisa Kelly and Celtic Woman.
Yes.
Very, very beautiful voice, and it's all coming together really well. So lots of neat things to look forward to. And I got to give a shout out to Todd Steenbergen. He has been my announcer, my MC for every Concert on the Square that I have done.
Wow.
And he just does a fantastic job with giving a little prelude of the music coming up and tidbits and stuff throughout the concert. And so,
which is very important.
It allows me not to have to talk very much.
Yeah.
And so he's a very, very much big part of our evening together.
So it's Concert on the Square. If you've just joined us, Thursday night here on the Square in front of City Hall in Glasgow, June 23rd, 7 o'clock. It's free. Bring a chair, bring a blanket, bring a bottle of water.
That's right.
Rain-wise, it shouldn't be, the weather should be good. It's just going to be warm. But, hey, that doesn't stop you from doing other things, right?
It doesn't. And come on out, and you'll get a little bit of relief from the shade once the sun kind of goes down behind the building. But I tell you what, James, it's a beautiful setting.
Oh, yeah.
And we're anticipating a lot of people. And you know, we talk about the gem of having a community band. We haven't been able to perform because of the pandemic.
Exactly.
For the last 2 years. So my members of the band have been anxious to get back together. And you know, if you looked at the members in the band, and we're approaching around 40, 45 members.
Yeah.
The different walks of life that all these people come from, doctors, educators, postmen, you know, the list goes on and on. But to have that one thing that binds everybody together, the love of playing music.
Yeah.
And it's just a special group, and I have some very talented individuals that play with us, and it's just a joy and an honor for me to stand in front of them every time we rehearse, and then be able to take them into the public light.
Well, it sounds like a lot of fun, and so I'm so glad you came by this morning, because you got 2 days, folks, to get ready. Concert on the Square, June 23rd, 7 o'clock, right here in front of City Hall. And so will you be like set up in the street, or you have a stage? Or?
We're actually in the street.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll be right there.
Right there,
right on the public square in the street. So we try to get as close to the curb as we can.
Yeah.
Towards the courthouse, to not be so far away from everyone. But hey, concert's going to be great for anyone that can get out and pull up a piece of grass there on the courthouse lawn, or and I'll tell you this, James, I want to let you know we will have about 50 to 75 chairs that will allow people with disabilities that maybe can't sit on the ground or whatever, but those will be
thing, yes.
Yeah, those will be available, first come, first served, and just to have everyone to be patient with parking and getting around the square during that time, and it'll be a great evening. It'll last about an hour and 15 minutes.
I was going to ask you about that, about how long should folks expect. So that's Thursday night, June 23rd, concert on the Square. You're in for a real treat. And brother, I tell you, I sure appreciate you coming by today.
James, thank you so much for having me on this morning, and I always enjoy coming down here and being able to talk about something that I love. And again, thank you, and I hope Henry gets feeling better, and maybe talk to him on a follow-up.
A little follow-up
yes,
there with Henry.
But, thanks again.
Thank you, and good luck with this, okay?
All right.
Have fun.
Thank you.
All right. 7:30 here at WCLU. Good Morning Live.
Highland Pharmacy on Rogers Road in Glasgow has been a community favorite since 2012, and there's a reason for that. They consistently offer a wide range of customized services, quality care, and a commitment to you. Over-the-counter COVID tests are available and can be billed to most insurance carriers. You can also receive the COVID vaccine at Highland Pharmacy. Register at highland-pharmacy.com. That's highland-pharmacy.com. Highland Pharmacy, a community favorite since 2012.
Weather brought to you by Peggy Tuck Edwards and Private Caregiver Referral Services. When roles reverse in later years, when child becomes caretaker, when the needs of a parent become most important, it's comforting to know there is help along the way. Sometimes our elders just need a little company and companionship, and it's our duty to see that those needs are met, whether at home, assisted living, or a nursing home facility. Peggy and her network of compassionate caregivers are ready to meet you and your loved one's needs. Call 670-7062. Well, if you like extremely hot weather, you're in business today. It's going to be sunny and hot, high of 94 degrees. Tonight, clear, our low down to 70. Sunny and hot tomorrow, Wednesday, we'll hit 95 with heat index values around 100. Partly cloudy, 70 degrees Wednesday night. Thursday, a sunny day, high of 89, clear 65 Thursday night. On Friday, we'll wrap up this work week with a sunny day and 92. Clear Friday night down to 68, and Saturday, mostly sunny and hot with a high of 96. Some rain on Sunday, slight chance, 30%, maybe an isolated thunderstorm. Otherwise sunny and hot, high of 93. A couple of showers also Sunday night down to 67. Monday, 20% chance for a shower, mostly sunny and 86. Again today, Glasgow, sunny and hot. Afternoon high of 94. 81% humidity right now. Pressure 30.22. Not a lot of change out there, but of course, you know, Mr. Sun is awake now, so it's 66 degrees. Temperatures are going to be rising to the low to mid-90s today. Not as hot as we first said or the National Weather Service said, but it's still going to be sweltering. No winds, no precipitation, 10-mile visibility, sunset at 8:06 p.m. This is the first day of summer and the longest day of the year. Weather brought to you by Peggy Tuck Edwards. Coming up, we have What's Cooking with your host, Jordan Smith. That's straight ahead.
Have you ever thought about where your food comes from? Meet our local farmers and producers and find out during Bounty of the Barrens Farmers Market. Find Kentucky Proud products like fresh local produce, meat, cheese, flowers, and so much more. Senior vouchers, WIC, EBT, and SNAP are accepted. And find out about the Fresh RX and Double Dollars programs at the market booth. It's a small town Saturday morning, downtown Glasgow, 8 till noon. Bounty of the Barrens Farmers Market, presented by Kentucky Proud, Sustainable Glasgow, and South Central Bank.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to another episode of What's Cooking. Picture this. I'm walking down Happy Valley Road. I get a whiff of something absolutely delicious. So I follow my nose and I end up here behind Boutique Unique, where this man, Jeremy, is working his magic on the grill. So after beating down the door for a little bit, they finally let me inside and they're telling me what they have here. We're standing in front of their cooler. Haywood Valley Farms has some of the best meat produced right here locally. So thank you so much for finally letting me in.
Well, you're welcome, and I hope you enjoy What's Cooking.
Oh, I'm going to enjoy What's Cooking. If it tastes half as good as what it smelled, I think I'm in for a really big treat. So tell us a little bit about Haywood Valley Farms.
Well, what we're doing here is just small business, retail packages of meat, basically. We send these cattle out west. They're fed on corn. You know, so
the best we're type kind of meat, the best type of cows.
That's correct.
The best type of food.
That's correct.
All right.
Makes the best meat for you and me. It's all USDA inspected.
Now, what is the biggest hunk of meat that you have?
Oh,
I have to see that.
Oh, of course.
Oh my goodness!
That'd be a tomahawk ribeye.
Tomahawk ribeye.
This one here currently weighs 3.94 pounds.
Almost 4 pounds, and look at that. That's about the size of my arm. They love it when I compare size of the foods to body parts. This is almost from my tips of the fingers to the elbow.
That's right. Perfect measuring device.
You can't.
Anniversary steak. Birthday
anniversary
steak. There you go.
Father's Day steak.
Hey, that's coming up.
That is
That's
right.
coming up. Roast. We do roast, sirloins, ribeyes, regular ribeyes. You know, you don't have to eat a tomahawk ribeye. We've got just regular ribeyes.
If you need something a little smaller, if you're trying to watch your weight,
well,
get a smaller ribeye rather than a tomahawk.
Give up on that. One of my favorites that is often overlooked are the beef short ribs.
Okay, yeah.
They're fat. Fat's good. I like fat. Smoke them.
Grill them. Bake them. What else
smoke
do you do with them?
Smoke them.
Just
low and slow. Long time tender.
Well, you are the expert. I'm sure that's probably.
Well, I don't know about expert. I'm not a cook. I just know we know beef.
Yeah. So from what I was smelling outside, you've already got something on the grill, and you said
it's not there yet. I was going to let you cook it.
Oh, I don't know about that. I don't know about that.
Well, you ready to put it on?
I am so ready to put it on. So what do you say we step back out here?
That'll work.
See you on that grill.
All right.
Magic.
The Sustainable Glasgow Kentucky Proud Bounty of the Barrens Farmers Market has begun and is every Saturday from 8 a.m. till noon on the courthouse lawn in downtown Glasgow. Expect to find an array of fresh vegetables, meats, breads, baked goods, plants, and crafts, all from farmers and local producers. So join your friends and neighbors Saturday mornings, and thank you to our community partners South Central Bank, TJ Sampson Community Hospital, Kentucky Proud, and Sustainable Glasgow. Local foods, local folks, local music.
All right, we're back here. Here's what we're going to do. Put these, we've got 2 fine New York strips here and one really good filet, and that's going to be your piece there. Salt and pepper. Steak, salt and pepper, that's it. This is about the meat, not whatever you're going to put on the outside of it. We got them seasoned up here. We're going to go put them on the grill. All right, we're out here to the grill. We've got 2 fine New York strips. going on charcoal. And it is hot out here. We use charcoal because it tastes better. We just kind of eyeball it here, give it a couple of minutes each side, and then flip it over. Usually when your meat's not stuck to the grate, you're ready to go. Check them, see how close we are to ready. They're hot. We're getting pretty close. We're going to take off our fillets and strips here. Haywood Valley Farm strips and fillets, which you can get right here at Boutique Unique in Glasgow.
So we had the final hunks of meat. New York strip, beautiful fillet.
Yes, sir.
What are we starting with?
We're going to do a strip first.
Let's do a strip first.
You said you liked yours medium rare.
I do. It's the best way to eat steak.
Well, I agree. I agree.
And this is only salt and pepper.
Salt and pepper. That's it.
Little S&P, good enough for me.
Absolutely.
Make sure I get a little bit of everything. The beef, the fat.
I don't care for the fat.
You don't care for the fat?
No, although that's what makes it taste good. It's not my favorite part.
People say if it's good, it kind of goes down like butter.
That's right.
So here it is, New York strip, courtesy of Haywood Valley Farms. Right here at Boutique Unique. You know?
You're still here.
This is outstanding.
Absolutely.
I love that. It's got a nice char on the grill to it. Very moist and meaty. You know what you're doing on the grill. That's perfectly medium rare. You cannot beat that. And that corn, you said it's fed with corn.
That's correct.
A lot of the diet is corn. And it does kind of have a different flavor to it rather than grass-fed beef.
It tastes like beef. It tastes like beef.
That's some high-quality meat right there.
That's correct.
Now,
you eyeballing it. I see you eyeballing it.
It's my favorite, the filet.
That's correct.
Got to make sure you did this one properly as well.
Let's see.
Let's get a little piece of that.
Let's see. Of course, that's the best.
Oh, that just sliced through like butter. Here it is. Filet. Drop the knife. Come in.
All right. All right.
Oh, goodness.
Good?
I love it. Haven't had very many steak menu items on some of my episodes, but this, it's only one place you can find it, right here.
Right here. That's it.
Boutique Unique.
Yep. 302 Happy Valley Road.
You got to come by, see Jeremy. See
I won't be
everybody
here.
Well, I mean, if you
Let me introduce you to the folks that'll be here.
This is Mama, right?
This is Mama. That's correct. You want a bite?
She runs the store.
I do want a bite.
You do want a bite? She runs the place.
That's correct.
And my daughter. And my daughter, yes.
Mm-hmm.
Part of that filet.
That's my fork, so.
Mama agrees. It's good for the whole family.
That's correct, and it's just good.
It's the best meat ever.
It is. Of course, we do everything from ground beef to fillets and tomahawk ribeyes and roasts, and you name it, we've got it.
Well, and it's all right here.
It's all right here.
Boutique Unique, thank you so much for having me.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Mama, for letting me come in.
Thank you for coming in.
Beating on the door for a while after I could smell the grill outside. This was delicious. This is wonderful, and I'm so glad that I stopped by.
Well, good. I'm glad you did too.
Everybody, until next week, I'm Jordan Smith for What's Cooking.
We're in the most active season of the year right now, but if you knee pain, back pain, shoulder pain, it sucks the fun out of living. But I have fantastic news. QC Kinetics is helping people here get the fun back with advanced regenerative treatments from local medical professionals. Regenerative medicine is the hottest thing going. It's basically taking growth factors with healing properties from your own body, highly concentrated, and putting them into your aching joints. This exciting in-office non-surgical treatment can repair and restore damaged tissue in your joints, giving you real lasting relief from pain. QC Kinetics is the nation's leader in these cutting-edge all-natural options, and the patient satisfaction reports are incredible. They have over 100 clinics nationwide, including right here. Yes, you can get real relief from pain with no surgery, no drugs, and no downtime. Stop putting it off. Call QC Kinetics now to learn more about regenerative medicine and get a totally free in-office consultation. Call 270-974-4500. That's 270-974-4500.
The Glasgow Police Department, we strongly believe in outreach and getting involved with our community.
Obviously, we're doing more than just out in the community writing tickets. We're here for the community when they call for help.
We deal with medical patients, we deal with all kinds of sorts of things and all kinds of different people.
I enjoy getting the calls of, hey, I need gas, can you bring me a gas can?
We're always involved in stuff and just trying to invest in our community and make it better.
Glasgow's always been my home. This is where I was born and raised, and this is where I'll stay.
Refine, revitalize, and restore with great gifts for any occasion. Glasgow's premier med spa, R Plus, is here to help you enhance your self-image by celebrating your unique beauty. Shop from the brands we love at our retail store, or purchase a gift certificate for any of our services, from hydrofacials and skin pen to laser treatments and massage therapy. Pamper your loved one today with the gift of care from R Plus Med Spa in Glasgow.
The Sustainable Glasgow, Kentucky Proud Bounty of the Barons Farmers Market has begun and is every Saturday from 8 a.m. till noon on the courthouse lawn in downtown Glasgow. Expect to find an array of fresh vegetables, meats, breads, baked goods, plants, and crafts, all from farmers and local producers. So join your friends and neighbors Saturday mornings, and thank you to our community partners South Central Bank, T.J. Simpson Community Hospital, Kentucky Proud and Sustainable Glasgow, local foods, local folks, local music.
Center for Elder Abuse. All right, good morning live. It's 7:43 and 66 degrees. The temperatures are coming on up. We're going to hit the around mid-90s today. Not only the temperature's hot, the deals are hot with Bobby Lee Hurt. Bobby, good morning.
Good morning, James. How are you this morning?
You almost said Henry, didn't you?
Almost, yeah, close.
Bobby Lee, you doing okay?
Yes, sir. Doing well. Another fine day. Good day to sell a nice used car.
Yes, it is. Hurt Auto Sales, 621 West Main Street, a friendly staff. And not only are the temperatures hot, the deals are hot, always hot at Hurt Auto Sale. Bobby, what you got for us today?
Just got in a 2015 Kia Soul, fire engine red, 35 miles per gallon from gas.
Gas saver.
And yes, it most certainly is, and we're going to let it go for $15,900.
$15,900. You said it's a 2015 model.
That's correct, and it's a sharp-looking little SUV. It sure is.
Fire engine red.
That's right. Hey, hard to beat. That's hard to beat.
Yeah, that would sure stand out.
That's right. You can see it coming down the road. Okay.
That's right. What else you got today?
All right. We have a 2010 Dodge Nitro 4x4 6-cylinder. Just got it yesterday, and we're going to sell it for $7,900.
Now, that's a deal right there.
It most certainly is.
A 2010 Dodge 4x4 6-cylinder. So
that's right.
Get the.
It won't last.
Yeah, it won't last long.
It'll go quick, James.
Yeah.
Will. Okay.
So you need to stop up there and check that. I was going to ask you what color that Dodge is, Bobby Lee.
Matter of fact, it's red as well.
Okay.
Red with a black top. Hey,
good deal.
It's a red hot day at Hurt Auto Sales.
What else you have on the lot there you'd like to sell today?
Got a 2001 Chevy extended cab half-ton 2-wheel drive pickup. Don't want to spend a lot of money and have a good truck to run around in. We're going to sell it for $5,900. Okay?
$5,900, a 2001 Chevy extended cab half-ton.
Correct.
Yeah,
That's
so
right.
a lot of truck, but for not a lot of money, you know.
That's right. It runs out really well and makes somebody a fine automobile. Okay.
Well, I'll tell you, Bobby Lee, you have any others today you want to mention this morning?
We got lots more. We've got a good inventory right now. We've got lots of big cars, a lot of small cars, and a lot of in between. We got a mixture of all of it, James.
It sure sounds like it. Yeah, 621 West Main Street. Bobby Lee Hurt will meet you there with a smile and a handshake. Might even get a cup of coffee out of him on this hot day. I don't know.
We sure can. No problem. Okay. A glass of water, whatever it takes.
Yes, sir. Yeah, stop in there, folks. Check out these cars. 15 Kia Soul, fire engine red for $15,900. And maybe you're looking for a truck. He has this 01 Chevy extended cab half-ton two-wheel drive for $5,900. Great deals like always at Hurt Auto Sales. Again, 621 West Main Street. And Bobby, we appreciate you today, and I guarantee you folks, if you'll stop in, you'll see that hot light, and that motto will be in effect, right, Bobby Lee?
That's right. No pain when you trade with Hurt.
Bobby, we appreciate you today. Stay cool and sell some cars.
Thank you, James, and you also.
All right, buddy. Have a great day. Bobby Lee Hurt there, 621 West Main Street, right here in Glasgow. Friendly staff, always a great selection of cars at Hurt Auto Sales.
Good morning, friends. It seems that almost every day we hear or read about another act of senseless violence, another school shooting, another murder, another case of rage and anger. These are terrible acts, often seemingly without reason. Usually most of the news media, as well as many noted psychologists, will spend days and weeks analyzing what happened, why it happened, and how everybody feels as a result of what happened. Many times blame is put everywhere and on everyone until it seems to be forgotten that the one who committed the act or pulled the trigger is the one who bears the guilt. It seems to be in style to blame guns or heredity or environment or how somebody's been treated, rather than to face the fact that people must assume responsibility for their own actions. Circumstances, people, things, all these can make it easier or harder to do right or wrong. But finally, a person chooses for themselves either good or evil, kindness or cruelty. The choice belongs to each individual, and so does the blame. This has been Danny White for the Refuge Church of Christ.
Prescription products require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if a prescription is appropriate. Restrictions apply. See website for full details and important safety information. Subscription required. Refund available for 60 days after purchase.
Hey guys, did you know there's a generic form of Viagra that works just the same but is 90% cheaper? And you can get it online? Just go to 4hims.com/joy. At Hims, you'll get a free medical consultation, discreet shipping if prescribed, a 100% online process, and trusted generic alternatives to the biggest brands at 90% off. That's right, get generic for Viagra, the same active ingredient as brand name Viagra, but 90% cheaper. It's the same medication you get from your doctor, but with zero copay, no expensive appointments, and no awkward face-to-face conversations. Results are guaranteed or your money back. To start your free online visit, you need to go to this exclusive address, 4hims.com/joy. That's 4hims.com/joy for your free online visit. FORHIMS.com/JOY.
School's out for summer, but if your business is running QuickBooks, you'll never get a break. QuickBooks manual processes, integration difficulties, and glitchy delays will leave you scrambling for the numbers you need. Failing to graduate to NetSuite will leave you stuck in summer school while your friends party. NetSuite by Oracle is the #1 cloud financial system, no matter how big your business grows. With visibility and control of your financials, inventory, HR, e-commerce, and more. NetSuite is everything you need to grow, all in one place. That's why NetSuite is the #1 cloud financial system, used by over 29,000 growing businesses. Automate your process with NetSuite and close your books in no time. 93% of surveyed businesses increase their visibility and control since graduating from QuickBooks to NetSuite. Right now, NetSuite is offering a one-of-a-kind financing program, so graduating has never been easier. Head to netsuite.com/advantage right now. netsuite.com/advantage. netsuite.com/advantage.
Flowers can't solve everything, but it's a great start. All in Bloom Florist is Glasgow's go-to for everything beautiful, fragrant, and nothing short of spectacular. Look to All in Bloom to create the perfect arrangement for anniversaries and birthdays. Get well wishes, congratulations, and especially a new bundle of joy in the family. All in Bloom is also booking now for summer and fall weddings. Whatever time of the year, they can help make your wedding day even more perfect. See what they can do for you in person or at allinbloomflorist.net. You'll also find sympathy arrangements for those times when you want to show you care when words can't say enough. All in Bloom also has an array of classically charming floral designs that are delivered free to local funeral homes. For any day, any occasion, or no occasion at all. Choose All in Bloom Florist in Glasgow at the corner of Happy Valley Road and North Race Street and online at allinbloomflorist.net. That's allinbloomflorist.net.
Thank you for voting them best florist in Barron County.
This weather update brought to you by Apollo PC in Glasgow.
Ugh,
Why is this thing so slow?
Is your slow computer frustrating, but you don't want to pay the money for a new one? Well, check this out.
Hi, I'm Chris from Apollo PC. Nothing runs better than a new computer. Our refurbished models are practically good as new. Right now, get a complete computer system with monitor, keyboard, mouse, and speakers running Windows 7 for only $300. Or if you prefer a laptop, we have fully refurbished models for only $250. And we wouldn't put the Apollo name on it if they weren't top notch.
Search faster with Apollo PC. Chain Drive in Glasgow next to Sweetheart Bakery. In the WCLU Forecast Center, today it's going to be a sunny day. We'll reach 93 for the high. Tonight's going to be clear, low of 68. Wednesday is sunny and hot, a high of 96. Wednesday night, there's a 20% chance of a shower, maybe a thunderstorm before 1 o'clock in the morning. Otherwise, partly cloudy, a low of 71. And then Thursday, sunshine, a high of 92. That's your forecast from WCLU, your home for local.
81% humidity right now. Pressure 30.23. No winds, no precipitation. Weather brought to you by Apollo PC here in Glasgow. It's 66 degrees.
Made from scratch?
Yep.
All of it?
Made from scratch.
Lunch?
Yep.
Dinner?
Look, everything at J&J Country Cooking in Fountain Run is made from scratch. From their daily specials, just $8.99 with drink Tuesday through Saturday, to their burgers and fries, lunch and dinner plates, kids' meals, and more. It's some of the most delicious country cooking around, and J&J Country Cooking makes it all from scratch.
Made from scratch?
Yes, and made from scratch also means you'll find your neighbors and friends oftentimes rocking on the J&J front porch. It's like a little piece of heaven right there in Fountain Run, Kentucky.
Made from scratch.
Bless your heart. Made from scratch comfort food, Tuesday through Saturday at J&J Country Cooking in Fountain Run. Start with their amazing appetizers. Then fill your spoon with a bowl of warm and wonderful soup, or pizza, or the Big J Burger, or any of their other spectacular sandwiches, and plenty of Southern fixins. Oh, and make sure you leave room for J&J's decadent desserts.
You know, that Scratch must be a really good cook.
Scratch is not a person! Made from scratch means it's J&J Country Cooking, 325 Mill Street in Fountain Run. Next to home, it's the best place to eat.
We're in the most active season of the year right now, you know, but if you have joint pain, you can't live like you want to. Going to the lake, walking at the Y with hip pain, knee pain, back pain, shoulder pain, it just sucks the fun out of living. But I've got fantastic news. QC Kinetics is helping people here get the fun back with advanced regenerative treatments from local medical professionals. It's basically taking growth factors with healing properties from your own body, highly concentrated, then putting them into your aching joints. This in-office, non-surgical treatment can repair and restore damaged tissue in your joints. QC Kinetics is the nation's leader in these cutting-edge, all-natural options, and the patient satisfaction reports are incredible. They have over 100 clinics nationwide, including right here. Get real relief with no surgery, no drugs, and no downtime. Stop putting it off. Call QC Kinetics to learn more about regenerative medicine and get a totally free in-office consultation. 270-974-4500. That's 270-974-4500 today.
All right, time to get updated with our birthday and anniversary list on this Tuesday morning. June 21st, a couple of times I've almost said Wednesday because usually I'm here on Wednesdays. But anyway, happy birthday to Elizabeth Humphrey today. Colleen Pointer, Judy Resley, I want to get this pronunciation right. Rollin Bacon. I think I've been saying Rollin, so it's Rollin Bacon on the birthday list today. Mark Davis, Connie Marsh, happy birthday to Bobby Duff, celebrating today. Gracie Delk is 21 years old. Nicholas Aaron, happy birthday to you. Amy Finn Ray on the birthday list. Birthday wishes to Mike Downs. Gail Wilkinson is 56 today. Congratulations. And Dorothy Wooten, happy birthday to you. Here's an anniversary, big anniversary wish to Molly and Wesley Wilson, celebrating today. Good as gold is Ryan Hinckley. It's Ryan Hinckley Day on the radio, who celebrated his birthday yesterday. So if you see Ryan Hinckley today, it's okay to wish him happy birthday. Tell him he's good as gold from all of us here at WCLU, the Big Willie, and a little taste of Texas. All right, 651-9149, 800-956-1023. Give us a shout out today. Give us a call. We'll shout you out. That's right. We'll put your birthday, your anniversary on the air today. We'll also post them on our website at WCLUradio.com. 7:56 on this Tuesday morning.
School's out for summer, but if your business is running quick QuickBooks, you'll never get a break. QuickBooks manual processes, integration difficulties, and glitchy delays will leave you scrambling for the numbers you need. Failing to graduate to NetSuite will leave you stuck in summer school while your friends party. NetSuite by Oracle is the #1 cloud financial system, no matter how big your business grows, with visibility and control of your financials, inventory, HR, e-commerce, and more. NetSuite is everything you need to grow, all in one place. That's why NetSuite is the #1 cloud financial system, used by over 29,000 growing businesses. Automate your process with NetSuite and close your books in no time. 93% of surveyed businesses increase their visibility and control since graduating from QuickBooks to NetSuite. Right now, NetSuite is offering a one-of-a-kind financing program, so graduating has never been easier. Head to netsuite.com/advantage right now. netsuite.com/advantage. netsuite.com/advantage.
Prescription products require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if a prescription is appropriate. Restrictions apply. See website for full details and important safety information. Subscription required. Refund available for 60 days after purchase.
Hey guys, did you know there's a generic form of Viagra that works just the same but is 90% cheaper? And you can get it online? Just go to 4hims.com/joy. At Hims, you'll get a free medical consultation, discreet shipping if prescribed, a 100% online process, and trusted generic alternatives to the biggest brands at 90% off. That's right, get generic for Viagra, the same active ingredient as brand name Viagra, but 90% cheaper. It's the same medication you get from your doctor, but with zero copay, no expensive appointments, and no awkward face-to-face conversations. Results are guaranteed or your money back. To start your free online visit, you need to go to this exclusive address, 4hims.com/joy. That's 4hims.com/joy for your free online visit. FORHIMS.com/JOY.
Good morning live, and we have a new birthday this morning, Lily Runyon. Happy birthday, Lily. Hope you have a great day. Little music to take us up to 8 o'clock news.
Believing when she smiles up soft and gentle with a trace